It's the first day of July and people are already calling it the retrograde month. Now, this is why. The first retrograde will be Saturn, and this will occur in Aries on the 12th of July. And this is going to affect the collective consciousness. Essentially, Saturn's going to try and get us to overstep or escape from the boundaries and limitations that we may place upon ourselves. It's also worth noting that Saturn will also try to get us to eliminate any of the unhealthy and bad habits that we might have as well. This is going to be a long transit all the way to the end of November. Now, a lot of things are going to occur until then in terms of conflicts around the world. We think there's going to be ceasefires. I don't think so. Saturn will essentially go over the area of the sky that triggered the crises in the Middle East and essentially start them again. Saturn in Aries also represents the ego, and he will put the spotlight on people's egos as well in terms of the world leaders. But this can also happen on an individual level as well. He makes us sit down and look in the mirror and think, could we do things better? How could we be better people for our loved ones and our friends and things like that? Now, the second retrograde of this month will be Mercury in Leo, and this will occur on July the 18th. Now, Leo also is synonymous with the ego because it's ruled by the sun, and this aids in Saturn's retrograde as well in Aries. Of course, they both being fire signs, they will aspect each other. And because Mercury represents the methods and modes of communication, and Saturn representing things of the past, things of old, we could see the return of old methods of communication. Now, your guess is as good as mine on what those methods may be. It could be even writing letters. That's sort of old school. We could even see people taking a step back from mainstream media, although that would be hard to believe, but we could see people going back to some form of family traditions. We see this because Saturn represents the past and Leo is the paternal ancestral line. However they may play out, these retrogrades are going to be interesting and we will be better people for it at the end, but I don't know what the world will look like when they're finished, so that will be also interesting to see. But one thing I know for sure is that this will affect the fire signs Aries, Leo and Sagittarius a lot more than the rest of us. But in particular, if you are a Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries Sun, Moon or Rising, be careful out there, because Saturn will teach you a lot of life lessons. And Mercury as well, he's not going to hold back either.